Nurse Georgie Carroll, that's me. I'm a nurse and I'm on telly. I save lives and I'm on telly. I'm a goddamn legend. That's what's happening here. I'm not legally allowed to say the hospital that I work at. The hospital have written a policy. So your tax dollars being spent well there. It's one of two policies they've written. My other one's my favourite. So one says I can't name the hospital, and the other one that they've written about me, it says that we're not allowed to put fish fingers in a toaster anymore. Still doing it. We needed a new staff room. So I've done 20 years of emergency nursing and I've got kids, poor little things. We raise them tough. Nurses raise them tough, do you know what I mean? Because we see what's coming. You know, I've got an 11 and 13-year-old and when you see them crying over somebody burning an imaginary ladder on Minecraft, you're like, for God's sake. You're going to need more resilience than that to cope with a colostomy and Parkinson's. It's very hard to raise them. I live in Adelaide. I know I don't sound like that, but I'm an Australian. Thank you for having me. I know I had the whole world to pick from, and I picked Adelaide. I didn't know. Yeah, so I'm trying to raise tough kids in Adelaide. It's too easy. They're still in primary school when they're 13. What is that? What is... Oh my God, they're in Book Week parade with tits and moustaches. Oh, that's one unfortunate girl, but, you know... Very, very different to where I grew up. I grew up in a place in England called Rochdale in Manchester. And you had... Oh, no way. You had to go up quick there, didn't you? It was... I swear to God, if by 13 you hadn't been successfully rolling joints and torching cars, they put you back a year until you caught up. I was pretty advanced. So nurses do raise them tough. I've got a friend, Rachel, she's a nurse. Her 11-year-old was actively vomiting on a football oval when I said, oh, come on, I think we should get him off now. And she went, he's putting it on. I'm not without heart. You know, Tom, my 13-year-old, he's got a full arm cast on at the moment. He's broken his arm in a couple of places. You know, I feel for him. I feel bad. He's 13. He's only just discovered wanking and he's been benched. There's certain things a mum can't help you with. Yeah, so I raise them tough. I raise them proper tough. My mate's raising an absolute pussy. She is, poor little thing, comes to my house for neglect. He loves it. He does. I don't know if it's a difference in jobs. Like, as a nurse, you know, it's been an honour, but you see everything from birth to death and everything in between. She's a candle consultant. That's a job. So I see birth to death and everything in between. She helps people who struggle picking candles on their own. There's a lot of them. They have parties so they can help each other. They do. I've been to the parties because she's my best friend, and there's a look to the parties. If you are invited to a candle party, there's a look. You have to look like you were too busy to go, but made a bit of effort anyway, right? And can I suggest Lorna Jane with like full-on activewear with a neck scarf? Do you know that's like you're going to go on a jog and then hang yourself? The sweet little nugget for me of the candle party is because, like, I can make decisions like that. Nursing, mentally, I am an Olympian. Do you know what I mean? Physically, I'm fucked, but mentally, I'm an Olympian. And so my favourite bit of the candle parties is when they've had a catalogue to look through for candles. They've then had an hour demonstration about candles. And then at the end, she says, is there any questions about candles? And they've still got questions! Like I say, physically quite flawed, mentally an Olympian. I am 42 and require 2 new knees already. I know, according to my knee surgeon, I have been too fat for too long. Can I just say it has been worth it? If I had to make all those food choices again, I would. I have... You would think being a nurse, you'd see everybody else's vices and you'd behave, but it's more like you see a 70-year-old that drinks 16 litres of goon wine a day and you're like, oh, I can do more. So these organic knees, if you want to know a figure, these organic knees have worn out at 105 kilos. That's the weight limit for somebody my height. I think it's a design flaw. Do you know what's the most exciting thing about getting new knees? I've Googled my plastic ones. They carry up to 210. I know, I'm already meal planning. But the knee surgeon, I've worked with this knee surgeon and he has felt the need to give me the same information he gives everybody else. And he said, got to look after these new knees, you've got to promise me one thing. And I went, go on. And he went, no running. I tried to look like he hadn't just handed me a gift. I was like, I'm going to try. I don't know what I'm going to do with all them hours. I've been Georgie Carroll. Thank you so much. You lot have been amazing.
The wonderful Georgie Carroll.